In the next chapter of Dragon Ball Super, the Angel Meerus will take on Moro, the Moro 7-3 fusion, and this is a battle that is extremely hype because we finally have the potential to see an Angel in Dragon Ball Super fight at full power. But will he fight at full power? That's a really good question. We know that Meerus is a trainee of the Grand Priest, and basically he was allowed to be dispatched into the Galactic Patrol in order to observe the realm of the mortals. And it was okay for him to do this based on the words of the Grand Priest and Whis, because he was using mortal weapons. He wasn't really like interfering in the sense that he was fighting at full power, which seems to be the main ailment in the law of the angels. You're not allowed to fight as a full power angel, but you're allowed to train people and you're allowed to use mortal weapons. And we've seen that Meerus uses the ray gun, the same as Jacko. So I guess as long as he's doing that, even though it's still kind of interfering in the trifles of mortals, because he's just using mortal weapons, it's okay. So the law of the angels is, I guess, a little bit flexible. Whis even admits to he has trained Goku, so he has basically interfered with mortals as well. But the law of the angels specifically states you're not allowed to fight at your full power, which is why we've never seen Whis go full power. He's always kind of just goofing around as he's training. He's just dodging attacks and everything. During the training between Meerus and Goku, the training was acceptable under the law of the angels, but as soon as Goku said, "I'm going full power," and Meerus said, "I won't hold back either," as soon as he started to power up and his halo started to come out, that's when Whis stopped him and said, "You better stop right there, because if you come in contact with Goku at your full power, you will be erased." So, are we going to see Meerus fight against Moro in his full power? If he does, he probably has a really good chance of defeating Moro, because the power of the angels is pretty much unmatched in the world of Dragon Ball, but if he does, he will be erased. I personally do not think that Meerus will go full power. I think he understands the law of the angels. I don't think he wants to get erased. He probably would if he had to, but who knows. But what I think he's going to do, since it's acceptable to fight with the ray gun and not fight at full power, I think he can do that. He can still dodge, and he can just dodge Moro all day while Dende comes in and heals the rest of the Z fighters. Now, we know that Goku and Vegeta are not going to be able to fuse because, as stated in the most recent chapter by Piccolo, Moro has absorbed all of Vegeta's techniques, including forced spirit fission, so they will not be able to fuse into Gogeta. That's not really an option because one hit and they'll defuse. Now, is Mastered Ultra Instinct the option? Maybe, but the thing is, now Moro can copy abilities, and Ultra Instinct is a technique as well as a form. So it's a potential there that Moro could potentially use Ultra Instinct if he's able to grab the back of Goku's neck and copy his abilities. But I did notice something as I was going through these previous chapters again, and that as Whis is talking about how the birth and death of planets is simply a part of the great and long cycle of the universe, excessive meddling on our part would affect the natural flow of these matters, which is not necessarily a good thing. What's more, here's the important thing: only the likes of Lord Beerus and the Lord of Lords, which is Kaioshin, can decide such things. So you got to remember that the law of the angels, it's a lot more strict than it is on Beerus and Kaioshin. You remember from the Buu saga, Kaioshin intervened, and as much as the gods are not supposed to, he did, and he didn't get erased for that. So it seems like there's a lot more leniency for Beerus and Kaioshin to get involved in the trifles of mortals, even though throughout the entirety of Dragon Ball Super, Beerus kept saying over and over again, we don't get involved in the actions of mortals. Now, Beerus, throughout this entire arc, has stayed off on the sidelines. He has said that he's not going to get involved pretty much no matter what. But what I honestly think is going to happen is that Beerus is going to be the one that fights Moro. Now, here's why. Obviously, it could go a few ways, right? You could have Meerus sacrifice himself, somehow defeating or highly weakening Moro before he is evaporated himself. You could have Goku get Mastered Ultra Instinct and somehow fight, but as I stated before, that could get copied by 7-3's ability. I don't necessarily think that's going to happen there, but it could. You could also have Goku use a Genki Dama. Maybe somehow Meerus or someone is able to hold off Moro's attention while Goku powers up that Genki Dama. But could Moro eat the Genki Dama? You could also see that happening, which would be devastating. Moro hasn't really shown any limits on what he can eat. He can eat planet's energy, he can eat people's energy. There's really no reason why he couldn't eat a Genki Dama's energy. So I'm pretty sure that that's not a solution. So the only thing that I can really see happening is Beerus comes. If the threat of Goku and company and Earth is on the line, that means no more good food for Beerus. And I literally think that that could be the conclusion and the finale to this arc, is Beerus getting involved and saving the Earth. Now, another reason that I think that Beerus is a likely solution is that as Dragon Ball Super has been progressing, they're becoming more and more self-aware of what fans desire, right? That's why they gave us Dragon Ball Super Broly with Gogeta, and they started writing a really good arc here with Moro and everything, and I think they know that fans love Beerus and they want to see Beerus fight at full power, something that we also have never seen out of Dragon Ball Super. Now, I guess I leave the question off to you. Do you guys think that Beerus' full power would be enough to take on Moro? Because as Moro was fighting Ultra Instinct Saiyan Goku, he was holding back quite a bit of power, which he unleashed again, and who knows if that was his full power even. So now he's fused with 7-3, and he seems to be just literally invincible. Like, it doesn't seem like he can be even beaten with brute strength alone. But I'm sure there's not a single fan out there that wouldn't love to see Beerus duke it out with this ultimate version of Moro in a battle to the death. I mean, I don't think that Moro could even get Hakkai'd. I'm sure Beerus would try that. I'm guessing Moro would have some sort of resistance to it. There's a lot of theories also that the Daikaio is going to come back. Vegeta could use Force Spirit Fission on Buu, and he could separate the Daikaio, who could come out and basically seal up Moro's magic yet again. But even without Moro's magic, he is young, infused, and powerful right now. He doesn't even really seem to need magic. I mean, if you look at the last chapters, he's basically just fighting like a powerful fighter, like Perfect Cell in the Cell games. He just completely outmatches everyone in terms of strength, speed, and stamina. So sealing off his magic, even with the Daikaio, doesn't really seem like an option either. And there's one more option, that if they're able to distract Moro and Vegeta gets healed by Dende, he could get up and land a sucker punch on Moro, and that would defuse him, and it should turn Moro into the old, feeble, weakened version of him. That's something I could definitely see. I mean, maybe Meerus is even able to distract and hold off Moro long enough for Dende to come in and heal everyone, particularly Goku and Vegeta, because Goku's dying right now, and Vegeta's ability is probably their best shot at defeating Moro. And if Meerus is able to just hold him off with that ray gun, and Vegeta is able to get up and land a hit, then he could potentially defuse him. But I feel like Moro would have to take some critical damage before he's going to get to the point where Vegeta is going to be able to land that blow. Now that Meerus has showed up on Earth, it's very likely that Whis and Beerus are going to show up as well. And that's why I think that, in my opinion, and I'd love to see it, who knows, I could be completely wrong, but I think what's going to happen is Whis and Beerus are going to show up, and Beerus is going to choose to fight Moro, potentially damaging him enough that Vegeta can land in the Force Spirit Fission punch and defuse them, and then that should be the end of the fight. They'll probably lock him up yet again. That could be an ending to it. Who knows? I want to know what you guys think in the comments down below, but I am just so excited for this next chapter and what is to come. Obviously, there is a lot of different angles that they could go right now. I know a lot of people are saying Mastered Ultra Instinct, which is obviously something a lot of fans want to see right now. I think a lot of us were disappointed, though, that Vegeta didn't have something more to kind of match up to Mastered Ultra Instinct, but that's a video for another day. Hey, maybe Goku, once he gets healed by Dende, he gets a Zenkai boost, even though in Dragon Ball Super, I think it was Vegeta said they don't get Zenkai boosts anymore. It was in the manga, I believe, somewhere. But maybe he does. Maybe they rewrite it. Maybe they forgot that, which is actually happens all the time in Dragon Ball. They forget things they wrote before. And Goku will get up with a Zenkai boost after being pierced in the chest, and he'll have this new power to just turn on Mastered Ultra Instinct. He'll land enough damage on Moro that Vegeta will get healed by Dende, and he'll land the Force Spirit Fission punch defusing Moro, and then Jacko and Meerus will lock up Moro and the Galactic Patrol again forever. Who knows? It could be something like that, but I really want to know what you guys think is going to happen in the comments down below. I'd love to see Meerus fight at 100% Angel power, but honestly, guys, I don't think we're going to see it. Who knows? I could be wrong. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you on the next video.